This is Dale Jenkins and welcome to TECHtools. TECHtools are brief, about 5-minute videos designed to help you use technology in your ministry. We do reviews and sometimes give you tips that are useful to you perhaps as you strive to be as best you can be in your work for the Lord. On today's TECHtools, I want to talk to you about preaching from a tablet or a device along those lines. I remember the first time was back in the late 1990s when I tried to preach using a laptop computer. About halfway through the sermon, the battery went dead. I've been interested in this kind of preaching for a long time because of the abilities it allows you with storage and research and things like that on the fly. So I started testing, and about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now, I looked at 9 different devices. October 2012, the iPad mini came out. Immediately I found it to be the best device I had seen when it came to preaching with a tablet or a device along those lines. Now, most of all, I like to preach most of the time without notes, and sometimes I get to do that, but that's really difficult for some of us. I'd encourage you, if you're interested in knowing more about Preach Without Notes, to attend the Better Conference that'll be in Florence, Alabama on April the 21st and 22nd. That'll be on the campus of Heritage Christian University and be brought to you by the Jenkins Institute. One of the presenters, of a number of excellent presenters, will be Jay Lockhart. He will be speaking on Preaching Without Notes. You can learn more about that conference by going to preachbetter.com. Again, that's preachbetter.com, or send us an email to the Jenkins Institute at gmail.com. But right now, let's talk about preaching with notes. In fact, preaching with notes that are involved on your tablet. As I said, I use an iPad mini. I found it best because of the resolution of the screen, the battery life, the weight and size and feel of the device. It's excellent, in my opinion, for all of those reasons. Here's how I do it. I create my document in my word processor, Microsoft Word. I personally use Pages, which is the Apple equivalent of Microsoft Word. And once I've created it, I take my margins, I set them all at 0.25 all the way around. I then make my font a 21 size font. That's one of the advantages. You can make the font any size you want. Once I make the font at a 21 size font, I save that file as a PDF. I then bring it into Dropbox, dropbox.com. I bring it into Dropbox, save it there, and then I open it on my device using a little application called GoodNotes. The reason I use GoodNotes is once you open that PDF in GoodNotes, you can edit on the screen. You can make notes, you can highlight, you can use different color highlighters for different things that you want to emphasize or see that you want to pop up. And I'm always finding myself thinking of something after I put the sermon together that I wish I'd put in it. And sometimes that even happens on Sunday morning. And so I'm able to write the note in there. Maybe as the service is going on, I see I need to change something up or to move something around. I can do that. It's very, very simple. So I use Word or Pages, make the document, save it as a PDF, move it to Dropbox, and then open it from Dropbox using GoodNotes. And then I would recommend a couple of things. Set your lock screen where the screen won't change when you turn it different ways. Also, I would encourage you to turn off notifications. Now, I don't do that personally. I don't mind getting text messages while I'm preaching, but some folks would. But whatever you do, decide if you don't like to get those interruptions, set that. We'll talk next time about some other tools you can use, like different device holders that might be helpful to you in holding your device and things along those lines. But for right now, that's TECHtools for today. If you have any questions, send us email at thejenkinsinstitute@gmail.com. And until next time, we wish you great preaching.